You're in the middle of directing right now.
I am.
You're really happy to be here?
I'm so excited that I filmed until 4:30 a.m. yesterday morning. Caught an 8 a.m. flight, and then got here and realized that I didn't have anything to do until tomorrow. I'm a little off, but no, it's fun. I'll head back right after this, and got 3 more days, and then I can relax.
Jeremy said you were in this one a lot more than you were maybe in your last.
I'm in every day. Yeah, I think last year I was only in 3 days out of the 8. And this year I'm in all 8 days. So it's a little difficult. The stuff with Jared, you know, like the scenes in the motel rooms and things like that. I pretty much just block it out myself, pick my camera shots, and then he and I just go do our business as usual. So I don't have to worry about that. It's when we're in scenes with like guest stars who need direction or who want direction or want that kind of affirmation of, is this the right, am I playing this right? That turned to be very difficult. That became very difficult because I'm in a scene with this person, so I'm trying to be Dean. I'm also trying to keep an eye out for what they're doing so that I can give them notes on their performance after they yell cut. It's very confusing for me. Very confusing, but it's a good challenge, and I like a good challenge. So there you go.
Then let's talk about something you can actually talk about.
Okay.
Season 7, Time for a Wedding. There's a huge reaction to it. What did you guys think when you got the script?
What was the reaction to it?
Not favorable.
Not favorable?
Not favorable.
Really?
That wall's protective.
Yeah.
And it fell.
It fell?
Yeah.
See, they keep us, in
That's why I'm asking you now.
In a room, locked up. I think that there's been chances that have been taken on our show that no other show has well, not no other show, but very few have taken. The French Mistake, that breaking that wall, and even naming a show Jump the Shark kind of thing we definitely play with fire probably a lot more than people would be comfortable doing. And sometimes you fail when you take risks and you try something out and it, one time it works, the next time it might not work, but I did not, actually this is news to me, I didn't know that it did not work. I was going about my business as usual, trying to pretend that it was all awkward and playing Dean as I do, and and we don't get time to really kind of get the reflection of or the feedback that the writers get. They actually spend time and they look and they kind of look and listen a lot more than we do, because we get the next script and we got to go right in and start producing or start the production on that. So it's just going full tilt for 9 months for us, and then all of a sudden like somebody's be like, hey, guess what? You won the People's Choice Award. It's like, what? When were we? I didn't know that. Like, yeah, don't worry, they didn't present anything to you on stage.
You don't get to go.
You don't get to go, and it's like, oh, okay, well that makes sense. So we'll just go back to work then. So it is kind of very blinders on throughout the season. So I don't know. My thought on the show is that it didn't seem that far out of the wheelhouse than what we do. Was it dealing with a subject that might be sensitive? Yeah, but I mean, we deal with that stuff all the time. We deal with religious subjects that can be sensitive to people. We deal with, like the French Mistake, with breaking that fourth wall and taking that kind of fiction out of the story. And so it's, I trust the writers know what they're doing. I trust the producers know how to run a show, and I show up and do my job. That's.
So what can fans expect from the new season?
That's a good question to probably ask a writer. As I've only read the first 2 scripts.
Or from the first?
Yeah, well, the one that I'm doing right now, which will air 3. And so, I'm sorry, I guess the first 3 scripts. So the season premiere we will start filming Thursday. Jared's birthday, oddly enough. So I know that we're back, obviously. Meaning that Dean is back out of purgatory, and there has been, I believe, a year has elapsed. and there's going to be a lot of flashbacks as to filling in the gaps of what happened that year, what happened while Dean was in purgatory, what happened while Sam was up top without Dean. So I wish I had more answers. I'm waiting kind of with bated breath as well to see what happens, but I know I know that's where we're headed. There's also some other underlying mythology that's going to be introduced, of which I couldn't tell you anything because they haven't told me. And I've got a loud mouth as far as like spilling the beans, so it's probably best they don't tell me things because I'll tell you. And that's if they want to keep things secret, don't tell Jensen.
As the audience is learning what went on in that year that your character is under is in purgatory, what scars will we see in character in the season premiere? What effects of that time on your character will they be able to see?
As far as what happened?
Yeah, well, even though we don't know what happened.
Right.
In the acting or in the characterization.
Well, there's a character introduced in the first episode, which is helps explain how Dean gets out. That character will then doesn't just go away. They stick around and, of course, cause problems. But because Dean is indebted to this character for his exit, it makes the situation sensitive and very volatile. So we will see. That's how things kind of get. That's how the onion gets peeled back, is through kind of this crazy relationship with this new character. Okay.
Next table.
One question or?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.